All right, so we are going to continue now. The value $V of a motorbike as it gets older can be modeled as a continuous variable. A model is suggested to estimate the rate of decrease of the value of the motorbike. So the question says a model is suggested to estimate the rate of decrease. This model is that the value V when the motorbike is T months old decreases at a rate proportional to V. Now you have to understand and interpret the statement given to you. The rate of decrease of V, the question says that the rate of decrease of V is proportional to the value of V. So the question says that the rate of decrease of V is proportional to V. Now, how can I convert this statement to a equation? The rate of decrease of V means dV by dt is proportional to V. And when you remove this proportionality sign, you will have to apply the constant. But because it is the rate of decrease, it should be negative. This is same as saying, this is similar to saying exponential decay. When you have a decrease, okay, it's a decay model. The rate is decreasing, and so that the constant of proportionality is going to be negative. So for the first part, you were just asked to write down the differential equation that is satisfied by V, and this is your answer for the first part. For the second part, the motorbike had a value of $10,000 when it was new. When it was new, with at what time is this indicating? T equals to
0.
0. Initially, when T was 0 months, the value of the motorbike was $10,000. Solve the differential equation, show that V is equal to 10,000 e to the power of minus kt, where k is a positive constant. So now what you're going to do is you're going to solve the differential equation. And how do we solve the differential equation? By separating the variable technique. This V is going to come on the other side. Is this step clear? 1 upon V dV is equal
Yes,
to
sir.
minus k dt. You're going to integrate the terms. This is going to turn out, the integration is going to turn out to be ln V. Minus k is just a constant number. Integration of 1 dt is t plus c. Okay? Clear till here?
Yes, sir. So I think your screen's frozen.
Oh, acha. Just a second. Is it visible now?
Yeah, now it's fine. It's fine.
Okay. So when you apply the boundary condition was that at initially time t equals to 0, V was 10,000. So you're going to get ln of 10,000 is equals to C. Ln of 10,000 is going to be equal to C. So the equation is going to become ln V is equals to minus KT plus ln of 10,000. Then if you convert this log equation to an exponential equation, you're going to say V is equals to e to the power of minus KT plus ln of 10,000. V is equal to e to the power of minus kt times e to the power of ln of 10,000 using the rules of indices. You can write this. Then we know that ln of 10,000, e to the power of ln of 10,000 is just 10,000, e to the power of minus kt. So V comes out to be 10,000 e to the power of minus kt. You have shown this. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, what is the next part asking for? After 3 years, the motorbike has lost half of its value when new. Just after 3 years, it has lost its value. Find the value of the motorbike when it was 2 years old. Find the value of the motorbike when it was 2 years old. So we have this condition that after 3 years, 3 years. So you know what is the value of t going to be?
3.
No,
So won't T be 3?
no, it is not going to be d. If you read the question again, what t is in
Oh.
months.
Oh, right. So 36.
36.
And V would be 5,000?
T is 36. V is going to be 5,000. 5,000. Yes. So by keeping V as 5,000 and T as 36, you can find the value of K. What is the value coming now? For K, you have to solve this exponential equation.
1 second, sir.
Sure.
So I'm getting minus 0.019.
Minus 0.019. Actually, it should be 0.019 because ln of 1 upon 2 is also a negative number.
Oh yeah, so I forgot to do divided by minus 36K. Instead, I just did 36K.
Yeah, it's always better to take K value to be exact for the timing because it's an intermediate value. Now I can use this K value for the next part. Find the value of the motorbike when it was 2 years old. So using the same equation, V equals to 10,000 e to the power of minus K, and instead of K, what I'm going to write is minus 1 upon 36 ln 1 upon 2 t. Okay, and we know t is 2 years. So if you solve this, what do you get?
Um, 9622.2.
Yeah, so somewhere around this value. Okay. Now, if a population is increasing, we are going to call it exponential growth. If something is decreasing and it has an exponential equation involved, then you're going to say it's a exponential decay. For the growth, let's say, now it depends on the equation as well. So let's say the value is increasing. Okay. For exponential decay, let's say it's decreasing. So it decreases from a value and then the graph levels out. I mean, it's closely approaching to a value. So this value is the maximum value it can achieve. Okay. So exponential growth and exponential decay. All right, let's practice some more questions. I want you to try question number 1.
Okay.
So in this question, the first thing that we should realize is that you can write e to the power of y plus 2x as e to the power of y times e to the power of 2x. You can take 1 upon e to the power of y on the left hand side and integrate it with respect to y. And this is going to be x square e to the power of 2x dx. All right. You're going
Yes,
to
sir.
integrate this. Also recall that this is the product of two different types of functions, and to integrate this, you are going to recall using integration by parts. The left side is very easy to integrate. This is just going to be e to the power of negative y, okay, dy, integration of x square e to the power of 2x dx. What is the integration of e to the power of minus y? It's the same
The same
integration
thing.
divided
And
by
the,
the differentiation of the power.
yeah.
But for x square e to the power of 2x, you have to use the integration by parts. And for that, if you remember, we had this acronym to select u. So algebraic come first. So I'm going to say u as x square and dv by dx as e to the power of 2x. You differentiate u and you integrate dv by dx to get v. That is going to be e to the power of 2x upon 2. By parts is uv minus integral of v du. U prime is du by dx. Du by dx. So if I want du can be replaced with 2x dx. I'm doing the working on the left hand side, then I'm going to copy down the results over here. U is x square, v is e to the power of 2x upon 2 minus integral of v, which is e to the power of 2x upon 2, du is 2x dx. 2 and 2 cancels out, so I get x square e to the power of 2x upon 2 minus integral of x e to the power of 2x. What do I do now? After this step, what do I do? Can I solve this
Yeah, using by parts.
using by parts again? Right. Okay, so you're going to use by parts again. I'm going to note down the working over here. X square e to the power of 2x upon 2 minus integral of x e to the power of 2x dx. Now to use by parts on this, again u is going to be x and dv by dx is going to be e to the power of 2x. U prime is going to be 1, and if you integrate this, you get e to the power of 2x upon 2. U v prime uv minus integral of v du. This is du by dx, so it's going to be dx only. So x e to the power of 2x upon 2 minus, you can take 1 upon 2 common out. Integration of e to the power of 2x is e to the power of 2x upon 2 plus 3. So x e to the power of 2x upon 2 minus e to the power of 2x upon 4 plus c. So if I try solving this again, I'm going to get minus 1 upon e to the power of y is equals to x square e to the power of 2x upon 2 minus the answer from here, x e to the power of 2x upon 2 minus e to the power of 2x upon 4 plus c. Okay. Is this correct so far? Are you with me till here?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any question in any of the parts? I'm just going to pause over here. You can check the working and then we are going to continue. Check the working
Uh,
so far. I hope there isn't any error, or if you have any questions, we can discuss. X square e to the power of 2x upon 2 minus x e to the power of 2x upon 2 plus e to the power of 2x upon 4 plus c is equals to minus 1 upon e to the power of y. Okay. Now, what else can I have? I want to make y the subject because the question says express y in terms of x. Now, what do I do? Minus 1
so
upon
you
e
can
to the
apply
power of
ln to
y.
both sides?
Yes, you can, but after this step. So this is going to be 4. I do have a boundary condition to find out the value of c, right? The boundary condition is that when y is 0, x is 0.
Yes.
So I can first of all find the value of c using x as 0 and y as 0. So 1 upon minus 1 upon e to the power of 0 is 1. When x is 0, everything, the first two terms are going to be cancelled out. You are going to get e upon 4, e to the power of 0 upon 4, that is 1 upon 4. So c comes out to be minus 1 upon 4, which is minus 5 upon 4. Is that correct?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay. So we have the value of P as ready. I'm taking the entire working on the next page to avoid overlapping. Okay, now I know that C came out to be minus 5 upon 4. Acha. So if I make the denominators common, I'm going to get 2x squared e to the power of 2x minus 2x e to the power of 2x plus e to the power of 2x minus 5. All of this thing is equal to minus 1 upon e to the power of y. If I reciprocate this, then I get e to the power of y upon minus 1 is equals to 4 upon all of this. Two x square e to the power of 2x minus 2x e to the power of 2x plus e to the power of 2x minus 5. If I just cross multiply this, so I can write minus 4 directly. And if you apply ln on both sides, or this, I should have done this. Just a second. Instead of reciprocating like this, one other thing I can do is I can multiply both the sides by negative 1. So this is going to be 1 upon e to the power of y is equals to, if I multiply this entire bracket by negative 1, I'm going to get 5 upon 4 minus 1 upon 4 e to the power of 2x plus x upon 2 e to the power of 2x minus x squared upon 2 e to the power of 2x. Now, over here, if I have 1 upon e to the power of y, I can write this as e to the power of minus y. Okay, and if I take ln on both sides and bring this power to the left, I'm going to get minus y equals to all of this thing, and y is going to be equal to minus of all of this thing. So minus ln 5 upon 4 minus 1 upon 4 e to the power of 2x plus x upon 2 e to the power of 2x minus x squared upon 2 e to the power of 2x. This is your final answer. The working was little lengthy. This is the final answer that I'm getting. If you have any questions, please ask. The question is saying that the number of birds X in a particular area of land is recorded every year for T years. X is to be modeled as a continuous variable. The rate of change of the number of birds over time is modeled by this. It is given that X is 500 when T is 0. Find an expression for X in terms of T. If you were asked to solve, obviously this question, this part says find an expression for X in terms of T. You will have to solve this differential equation. So when I'm going to solve this differential equation and collect all the x terms on one side, I'm going to get this. Would you agree with this?
Yes, sir.
Now, if you integrate both sides, you have two linear factors in the denominator. So a upon x plus b upon 2500 minus x. These are the partial fractions for the above fraction. So can you work this out and give me the values of a and b?
Okay.
I'm going to do the working on the right hand side. So when x is 0, a comes out to be 1 upon 2500.
Yeah, I got that.
When x is 2500, b comes out to be 1 upon 2500. So I can write 1 upon 20, I can take 1 upon 2500 common out, and I'm going to get 1 upon x plus 1 upon 2500 minus x is equals to 1 upon 5000 integration of dt. So if I take 1 upon 2500 outside, the integration of 1 upon x is ln x, and integration of 1 upon 2500 minus x is going to be minus ln 2500 minus x. 1 upon 5000 t plus t. 2500 and 5000 can be simplified. So the end result can be ln x upon 2500 minus x equals to 1 upon 2 t plus t. Now I do have the boundary condition that when x is 0, when x is 500, t is 0. So if I plug t as 0 and x as 2500, x as 500, this is going to be ln 500 upon 2000, which is 1 upon 4. ln 1 upon 4 is the value of t. Therefore, ln x upon 2500 minus x is equals to 1 upon 2t plus ln 1 upon 4. So x upon 2500 minus x is equals to e to the power of 1 upon 2t plus ln 1 upon 4. E to the power of ln 1 upon 4 is 1 upon 4. So this brings 1 upon 4 e to the power of 1 upon 2t x upon 2500 minus x. From this step, you can cross multiply. So you're going to get 4x equals to 2500 e to the power of 1 upon 2t minus x e to the power of 1 upon 2t. Collect all the x terms on the one side. 4x plus x e to the power of half t is equals to 2500 e to the power of half t. Take x common. So x is going to come out as 2500 e to the power of half t upon 4 plus e to the power of half t. This is your expression of x in terms of t. Okay? The first part. This is the answer to the first part. Any particular question in the first part?
No, sir.
Okay. Read the second part. What is the second part saying?
How many verbs does the model suggest there will be in the long term?
By long term, we mean that when t is reaches infinity, when t is very, very, very large. So now I'm going to study this equation and I'm going to make some prediction that if t is very, very large, as if t approaches infinite number, a very large value. So what do you think happens to e to the power of 1 upon 2 t?
It also increases.
It also increases. Okay. Okay, just give me a minute.
Also,
So if t approaches a very, very large value, we say that it's approaching infinity, then would you agree that the numerator, would you agree that the numerator is also reaching towards an infinite value and the denominator is also reaching towards an infinite value?
yes.
So if both of them are reaching towards an infinite value, you can say that it's almost equal to 1. The fraction that I have highlighted in red will approach to 1. If this fraction approaches to 1 and 1 times 2500, so the value of x is going to approach to 2500 birds. If you take the point being that the part of the numerator is also reaching infinity and the part of the denominator is also reaching infinity, undefined. Meaning it's a very, very large, it's approaching a very, very large value. So both the numerator and denominator are approaching a very, very large value. So they must be similar. If the values are similar in the numerator and denominator, that is 1. And 1 times 2500 is 2500. So eventually it's reaching 2500. Let me see if I can draw the graph and show you how to uh, sketch this.
Yes, sir.
All right. So I have drawn the graph of 2500 times e to the power of 0.5x. Now over here, x represents the value of time divided by 4 plus e to the power of 0.5x. So if I am going to zoom this out, you see there is a line being made on the top.
Yes.
So the graph is approaching, when the time value is increasing, for example, after 17 years, the number of birds reaches a constant value that is 2500. So now if I increase the value of time, the y value is not increasing, that is 2500 throughout. So this is what the question was trying to ask you, that if you increase the time, if the time becomes very, very large, then the value of the birds approaches to a finite value, and that is 2500. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Let's try another question. I'm going to send this worksheet to you so that you can do the remaining questions. for the v.
Okay.
This is part A of the question. And that's part B. Okay, please try this. So for the first part, you're going to make the partial fractions for this. 50 upon 5 minus x times 10 minus x is same as a upon 5 minus x plus b upon 10 minus x when x is 10, b comes out to be minus 10. When x is 5, a comes out to be 50 upon 5 plus 10. So a was 10 upon 5 minus x minus 5, minus 10 upon 10 minus x. Integrating this would mean integration of the partial fraction. You take 10 common from here and the integration is going to be ln of 5 minus x minus 10. This is going to be plus ln of 10 minus x plus c. Oh, my bad. This is going to be minus 10 ln 5 minus x plus 10 ln 10 minus x. If you rearrange this, you should be getting 10 ln 10 minus x minus 10 ln 5 minus x. Okay, that's the answer for the first part.
Yes, sir.
The second part says solve this equation giving x in terms of t. Okay, no, my bad, sorry. Part B is a different question. I mean, it is linked with the first part, but the wording is a chemical reaction takes place between two substances A and B. When this happens, a third substance C is produced. After T hours, there are 5 minus x grams of A, there are 10 minus x grams of B, and there are x grams of C. After T hours, the rate of increase of x is proportional to the product of 5 minus x and 10 minus x. So our statement is going to be that the rate of increase of x is proportional to the product of 5 minus x and 10 minus x. So if you remove this proportionality sign, you're going to write a constant number with a positive sign because the rate is increasing. It is a rate of increase. So far with me?
Yes, sir.
The question is saying that initially x is 0 and the rate of increase of x is 1 gram per hour. This means that the value of dx by dt is 1 when x is 0. So when x is 0, k value comes out to be 1 upon 50. So my differential equation is going to be dx by dt equals to 1 upon 50 times 5 minus x times 10 minus x. The first part says show that x and t satisfy the differential equation 50 dx over dt times this. So all I need to do is take 50 on the other side. So 50 dx by dt equals to 5 minus x times 10 minus x. That is the answer for the first part. Am I correct? Do you get
Yes,
it
sir.
till here? This was 1 mark
Yeah.
question. Solve this equation giving x in terms of t. Solve this equation giving x in terms of t. So the differential equation is dx upon dt equals to 5 minus x times 10 minus x times 1 upon 50. That was the differential equation. Okay. If I take 50 on that side, I'm going to get 50 upon 5 minus x times 10 minus x dx equals to 1 times dt. I'm doing separating variable technique. All the x terms on one side and all the other terms on the other side. Now, if I integrate this, does this look familiar to you? Have you just integrated this or not?
Yes, sir.
In the first part, you have already integrated this. So integration of 50 upon 5 minus x and 10 minus x comes out to be 10 ln 10 minus x minus 10 ln 5 minus x plus c. So I'm going to copy this result as an integration answer. Well, I don't need to write plus c over here because I'm going to write plus c at the end eventually.
Yeah.
Integration of 1 dt is going to be t plus c. If I take 10 common and solve the log, I'm going to get 10 minus x upon 5 minus x equals to t plus c. Okay. Now they want me to make x the subject. So this
So
10,
don't you have to find C first?
yes, you're right. So when initially when x is 0, initially means at time t equals to 0, x is 0. So c comes out to be 10 ln 2. So 10 ln 10 minus x over 5 minus x equals to t plus 10 ln 2. If I divide 10 on both sides, the equation is going to be 10 minus x over 5 minus x is equal to e to the power of t upon 10 plus ln 2. E to the power of ln 2 is just 2, so e to the 2 e to the power of t upon 10 is equal to 10 minus x over 5 minus x. I'll have to make x the subject, so 10 minus x equals to 5 times 2 is 10, e to the power of t upon 10. minus 2x e to the power of t upon 10. 2x e to the power of t upon 10 plus x is equals to 10 e to the power of t upon 10 minus 10. If I take x common from here, 2 e to the power of t upon 10 plus
So
1,
wouldn't it be minus x?
wouldn't it be minus?
Minus x?
Yeah, at this step, it's going to be minus x. Thank you. So this is going to be minus 1. Right? Something like this.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is the expression of x in terms of t. Now, what is the last part? According to the model, approximately how many grams of chemical C are produced by the reaction? How many grams of chemical C are produced by the reaction according to this model?
So you have to solve for x?
You have to solve for x. So let's try to understand the question. This is a chemical reaction taking place between two substances A and B. So A and B gives you C. So after certain hours, 5 minus x grams of A, there are 10 minus x grams of B, and there are x grams of C. So as the time is going to increase, the value of x is going to, A and B are going to completely converted into C. So according to this model, approximately how many grams of chemical C are produced by the reaction? So the chemical reaction is going to be completed after a time where when A and B are going to be utilized. So I want you to note the working down till here and then think on this last part. Have you
Okay.
noted down the working for the part B?
So I've noted down half of it. I just have that small part
Okay.
of it. Yeah.
Okay, you complete this and then you think for part C. Okay.